As the holidays approach, many families in our community are facing the challenge of hunger. For over 50 years, Freestore Foodbank has been helping those in need. And today we're joined by Kurt Reiber, President and CEO of Freestore Foodbank, to talk about their mission and how we can all make a difference this holiday season. Kurt, thanks so much for being here.
Michelle, it's great to be with you as always.
Yes, you all always provide hope for the community. Tell us about the history and mission of the Freestore Foodbank and how it's evolved over the last 50 years.
Well, we talk about food, connection, and hope, and hope springs eternal during the holidays.
Yes.
So when families come to us, they're coming to us they're trying to get a hand up.
Yeah.
They're trying to figure out how they're going to be sustained with their families. Restock their pantries, provide food for their kids. When Frank Gerson, our founder, started the Freestore Foodbank, he had an idea that we should just basically try to do what we can to help our neighbors.
Right.
And that's really what we've tried to focus in over the last 53 years. Our team of 145 amazing team members, hunger heroes on the front line of hunger,
right,
each and every day. But we have over 600 pantries that support our food distribution to the roughly 250,000 of our neighbors that don't know where the next meal is coming from.
250,000. I don't know that people can really grapple with
80,000 of those are kids. So imagine Great American Ballpark being filled up twice with kids that don't know where the next meal is coming from.
Wow.
That's the challenge that we face each and every day. 8 out of 10 kids in our school districts that we serve, in the 20 counties served by the Freestore Foodbank, are eligible for free and reduced lunches. So we know that when they go home over the holidays, they're going home many times to an empty cupboard and an empty refrigerator. So the Freestore Foodbank and our 600 plus pantries help alleviate that need and really fill that gap for those families so that they can have a great holiday season just like everybody else.
That's right, because the holidays are often seen as a time of joy for a lot of families, but it can be stressful for families who don't know where their next meal is coming from. And the Freestore Foodbank really does play a critical role.
We really do. It's humbling, really, to see the impact that our team has. When families come up, they don't know what to expect.
Right.
Whether they're coming to our Liberty Street Market or our B. Taylor Market or one of our pantries, we want to treat them with dignity and respect.
Absolutely.
But more importantly, we want to let them know that they're not in this alone. Yeah. And that's something I think all of us can share, especially during the holiday season, when you think about, how do you make a difference for the families we're serving? And one thing that we know is that for every dollar that we get in, we can provide the equivalent of 3 meals.
Wow. Is there a message, Kurt, for the community that you want to put out there to let them know how much their support is needed?
Well, it's as easy as this. It's basically saying, if you're going to, make a donation, now's the time to do that.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people plan their charitable giving towards the end of the calendar year to figure out what their tax situation is. But more importantly, people have to know that we have donors, our second helping donors, they're providing a matching gift. So between now and the end of the year, folks can give a donation at freestorefoodbank.org, and that'll be matched. So every dollar will provide the equivalent of 6 meals as opposed to just 3 meals.
Wow.
But more importantly, 94% out of all the resources that come into the Freestore Foodbank go directly to support our tri-state neighbors.
And let's talk about that.
Neighbors.
Yeah, let's talk about that a little bit. How do you go about distributing food during the holiday season?
Well, we do it in multiple ways. We have our large-scale food distributions that we've done with the Bengals organization, with the Reds organization, with St. Elizabeth Hospital, where we have folks that drive through. Right. And get their fixings for the holiday meals.
So a number of ways.
There's a lot of different ways, but also, we have our pantries that we support in all 20 counties. We have our 2 markets that we support. We have our Liberty Street Market down and over the Rhine.
Yes.
And our B. Taylor Market that's over there in Riverside. And those are open, 5 days a week, and folks can come in and shop just like they're going to the grocery store.
Right.
And we've purposely set it up so that in years past, we used to have the 3 days before Thanksgiving and 3 days before Christmas, where we would, provide holiday fixings for the families.
Right.
And we said, let's give them a little bit more dignity and respect and allow them to shop from, December 1st through the 23rd, so that they can come in and shop at their leisure, and then figure out, because let's face it, when families get together, it's usually a potluck type of thing.
Right.
So this way our families can figure out, okay, what are they going to bring to the party? What are they going to bring to the family gathering? So that way then everybody can feel like they're contributing.
I know, and making sure they have that dignity. I really like that you all are thinking about that. Can you share maybe some memorable moments over the years? Because Kurt, you've been at this a long time, just like I have. But share some memorable moments that you have over the years.
One that sticks out is a gentleman by the name of Ralph. And Ralph was waiting in line to come into one of our markets. And I started talking to him, I said, Ralph, I said, why are you here? He says, well, Kurt, he goes, I brought my daughter and 3 grandchildren to come and live with us because the father, the husband of my daughter, died of an opioid overdose. Mm. And I did what any grandfather or father would do, is I brought the family in to be with us. But things were a little tight because we were living on a fixed income.
Right.
So we're here to provide a holiday meal for my family, just like any family would do. I said, Ralph, I said, when you worked, I said, what'd you do? He goes, I was a chef. I said, really? Where'd you get your training at? He said, well, I got it in the Army. I looked, I said, I didn't realize that the Army had training for culinary. Oh, they don't. He said, but to peel spuds in the kitchen, as long as you don't kill anybody, you're a chef. I said, well, Ralph, I'd love to have you come in and get trained under our culinary program called Cincinnati Cooks. He goes, Kurt, I'm 68 years old. You can't teach an old dog new tricks. I said, well, that's fine. So I gave him my card. Well, what do you know? First class is coming in for the new year. Who's sitting in the front row? It's Ralph.
Wow.
He says, hey, you remember me? I said, I sure do. I said, I hope you're really, really ready to learn. Yeah. He says, well, I'm going to see if you can teach this old dog new tricks. He goes, because I'm 68 years old now. Well, it's a 10-week program, but 8 weeks into it, we have a bell on the side of our kitchen. And especially during the holiday season, I watch the movie It's a Wonderful Life.
Oh, yes.
And when the bell rings, an angel gets his wings. Well, at the Freestore Foodbank, when the bell rings, someone's gotten a job. Yeah. Well, Ralph was ringing that bell like it was going to come off the wall. I went out and I said, Ralph, I said, this is great. I said, where are you going to be working at? He goes, Kurt, I've come full circle. I'm going to be working at Talbert House at one of the halfway homes, cooking for returning veterans with PTSD.
Wow, that's a full circle.
That's a full circle. That is basically, Freestore Foodbank in a nutshell. Food, connection, and hope. And it's really what brings our entire family together to make a difference for our families right here in our tri-state community.
Boy, I love that story because it really does bring it all home. If somebody would like to contribute to the Freestore Foodbank, what should they do?
Well, we make it very easy for folks. Folks can donate online. They can respond to one of our mailings. But more importantly, just go to freestorefoodbank.org. They can click on the Donate Now button. Now's the time to do that between now and the end of the year, where they can double their donations because of our second helping donors. But more importantly, if families need help, if they need support, they can go to freestorefoodbank.org, click on the Get Help Now, and they can find a pantry that's close to them or a market that's close to them, so they can provide the family fixings for their holiday meals. Yeah,
there's a lot of people in need, but there's also a lot of people that want to give out there too. So
absolutely,
we've got it all covered.
They can give of their finances, but more importantly, we're also looking for volunteers. Yeah. Folks can come in and volunteer, especially during the holidays. A lot of the kids are off from school. They want to come down. They want to help out, so they can help pack our power packs, help our senior box program. They can help restock our shelves at our markets. There's a lot of ways for folks to give back. And this caring community has supported the Freestore Foodbank for 53 years, and we know that they're going to support us for 53 more.
Absolutely. You will do wonderful work. Thank you so much for everything you do.
Thank you, Michelle.